Well, what is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here. Late night video here. Late night. I may or may not have already been in bed watching basketball and football, but that's because I'm old. Darren Ravel, the news stops for no one. This is something that has been speculated about for a while now. And I think I'm going to have to go back and look. I don't have time right now. I think I even predicted a LeBron dual auto with his kid a while back. Like I said, this has been speculated about for a hot minute. I was not the first person to come to this conclusion, or at least speculate on this many months ago on multiple different videos. But here we finally have it. LeBron James is signing in Topps Bowman Chrome. The Upper Deck exclusive seems to be, wow, it's over. We don't know the details on the who, what, when, where, and why. I am sure that will come out over the next few days. But Fanatics just continues to get these names onto their platform. This is a massive, once again, we don't know the full details on how this all played out. It may come out shortly after I post this video. I'm sure Ravel will have something on it, but LeBron signing Topps cards once again. A lot of ramifications on this one. Now, he will not sign a lot. Even with his Upper Deck agreement, he did not sign a lot of autographs in stuff. Him with a duel with his kid. I know, listen, his kid, he might not even make the NBA. He'll make the NBA probably, but he might not be. He's never going to be on his dad's level. He could just be a perfectly fine rotation point guard or off guard in the NBA. This dual auto will go for astronomical sums of money. The other fallout, and this will take some time to see once again, once we have full details on the deal, how does this affect, and this is probably the real more interesting part, and I am not an expert in this field. I looked into this and I ended up backing off of it partially because I was worried about this very thing happening. How does this affect the LeBron auto market? LeBron has been in this unique situation for a decade plus now, or around a decade, that he has not really had any pack pulled autographs. A lot of these Hall of Famers, all-star level, all-time great level players have tons of autographs. Like, look at the names that are in Flawless Football, NT Basketball, those super high-end products. You get a ton of big names in there. Like, it is not hard to find a nice Jerry Rice auto. There are plenty of them out there. Peyton Manning. Those guys have cards out there all over the place with autos on them. And now, obviously, like non-rookies and stuff, but LeBron his market was always protected because there was this finite number of them and no more were coming to market. So demand would fluctuate, but supply, it just kind of is what it is. What was out there, and that was pretty much it. There wasn't new supply coming to the market. Now, we don't know how much supply is going to come to market, but there's going to be more supply coming to the market. We don't know how much, but that is going to potentially affect things. Wax for this, I am sure, will be crazy for Bowman Chrome U. Especially, it'd be real interesting to see how big a checklist this is on. Is this, I doubt this is just a one-off. I assume he is done with Upper Deck, and he is moving over to Topps/Fanatics full-time. Then where do we go from there? Is it just going to be a handful of autos that trickle out every year? Are they going to get him to sign a lot more? He is going to be, even him, Father Time is going to catch up to him. Is he going to be signing more once he moves into retirement? I don't know. I have to imagine he'll get an astronomical sum of money. I would imagine this is probably going to be some sort of exclusive deal. So lots of tendrils on this one. The interesting one is what are the details of this deal? Is he completely done with Upper Deck? I assume yes. What's it look like for Topps? And then how does this affect the secondary market value of his current autos out there? And then this will take a minute because here's the thing. Topps doesn't have NBA license right now. So you're not going to get a LeBron Lakers auto at least anytime soon, unless something crazy happens. But once it does happen, once Fanatics gets the NBA license, there has never been a LeBron Lakers auto. So Topps / Fanatics would have first crack at a LeBron NBA Lakers logo potentially once these licenses all switch hands at some point in time. Same with the Heat. I don't believe there has ever been a Miami Heat on-card auto with LeBron because the deal with Upper Deck kicked in after he was already on the Heat, or before he was on the Heat, rather. So those are two things they could roll out in whatever their high-end product ends up being in a few years. That you can already see it right now. That's the chase. LeBron Lakers on-card auto. LeBron Heat on-card auto. And they could roll out some Cavs stuff as well. But the Lakers one would do extremely well because he has never had anything like that. Lakers fans are crazy. So that's an interesting angle to this is what, once we see the terms, and we won't see the exact terms, but once we get a vibe for what's going on here, how does that affect their NBA product later on in life? And then, like I said, does this immediately torpedo all existing LeBron autos? I mean, there's going to be a high floor on a LeBron auto no matter what. It's not like they're going to zero. I'm not talking crazy here, but are we talking a 10% drop, a 20% drop? Don't know. That'll be a very interesting thing to watch from this. And like I said, earlier this year, my plan was to go into the National and walk out of there with a LeBron auto. For the longest time, I was gearing myself up towards that. I had been researching, getting idea on price points, certain sets and brands, and kind of what I was considering. And, I wanted on card, all sorts of nonsense. And then as the spring and summer wore on, I could just kind of see the writing on the wall where this was all heading. We were beginning to see lots of little rumors and little things here and there and things on the Upper Deck website and a lot of chatter. And if you all remember, I had tied the pieces together. The thing that really struck me was, like, within a 72-hour period, Bronny signed an NIL deal with Topps, and the guy that was pretty high up at Clutch was hired at Fanatics for NBA, for player relationships. Like, to basically build the brand between Fanatics and NBA players. The guy from Clutch, or I think it might have just been all athletes, one of the head guys at Clutch was hired for that role. And I remember doing a video on it and just going, this, something here smells a little fishy. Bronny signs with Topps, and the Clutch guy goes to Topps, all within a couple of days of each other. That was my red flag. And at that point, I said, you know what? I'm backing off a LeBron auto at the National. I'm going to let this thing play itself out. I am in no rush to get this card. I can get one pretty much whenever I want. Just got to save up a little bit for it. And here we now sit a few months later, and LeBron is signing in Topps products. I get it. LeBron could be a hot button issue for a lot of people, but he's one of the greatest basketball players to ever play the game. He's had a limited supply on autographs for a very long time, and it appears Fanatics has cracked him loose. We'll see what happens next. Catch you boys and girls on the next one. Peace.